The 30th running of the HSBC FEI European Eventing Championships took place at Fontainebleau, south of Paris. Great Britain were going for an unprecedented 8th consecutive team title, but this time the Germans were favourites for team glory, and the host nation France could boast the reigning individual champion Nicolas Touzin. 8 nations entered the team competition, with 18 in all represented in the individual section. It promised to be a battle royal. Well, of course, first comes the dressage, the first of the 3 phases, and the leader after the first day was Germany's Frank Ostolt on Air Jordan 2. Germany, of course, as I said, favourites for the title this time as reigning world and Olympic champions, and Frank got them off to a good start as their second rider after Michael Jung had posted a score of 45. Well, with me in the commentary box, I'm delighted to welcome Michael Tucker, voice of equestrianism for the BBC, and Germany, Mike, very definitely the favourites.
Very much so, and the favourite too to get them off to a flying start, as both Michael Jung and Frank Ostolt did. But Tina Cook on the lovely Miners Frolic responded with a quite brilliant test. A horse that's got so much presence but also very correct. Tracy Robinson, the British team dressage coach, had them right on song for a test that really hit the high buttons with the grand jury, headed by David Lee from Ireland, the president, and Michel Asseret, together with Anna Mette Binder from Denmark, making up the full trio. Beautiful halt, all square, losing some of that balance and rhythm in the rein back, but immediately back into a lovely trot. And this was one of a number of tests that were seen by the judges to go under the 40% marks. And that is very good start, and put Britain too right in contention with Germany in the dressage phase. And that was the surprising bit.
Yes, Britain had already had Nicola Wilson, and they'd had William Fox-Pitt go, William Fox-Pitt on 45, so they were behind on the dressage scores at this moment, but this really changed things. And as Mike said, it was lovely to watch, wasn't it?
Very accurate, and providing the fluency, moving forward at real pace and rhythm that gives very good marks. And it did. 37.9 it was, and Miners Frolic looking full of energy for the cross-country and show jumping to come.
Well, on the second day, the marks keep racking up, and here is the reigning champion, Nicolas Touzin. And Mike, a bit of a worrying moment for him there.
Yes, but he's not a double European champion for nothing. Quickly recovered. The marks did reflect that movement. But in all, Tachu, the real replacement horse for his great Sauvagère, and also Hidalgo de Lille. This, the really third horse for Nicolas, still provided a very, very good test indeed to also set him up in a good position to retain his title. Remember, he's won it twice before, once in Punjab in 2003, and then again in Pretonia in 2007.
Well, then we had Karen Donkers from Belgium on Gazelle de la Brasserie, also catching the judges' eyes.
Karen has been so close to medals on a number of occasions. Her best performance was finishing 4th in Punjab on Gormley in, again, 2003, when Nicolas won his first title. But this Swiss-bred mare has provided some very good marks. It led the Mitsubishi Badminton Trials, but then couldn't stay there before the end of the competition, and she threw her gauntlet down to show that she was again someone to contend with in the individual classification.
Lovely weather here at Fontainebleau, beautiful conditions, an immaculate arena and an appreciative crowd for Karen Donkers. But the last we see is Oliver Townend, Flint Curtis, the reigning badminton champions, and after Tina's excellent test, Britain were feeling really confident that they would be right there after the dressage.
Well, this man very much on fire. Having, of course, won badminton on this horse, he then got the second leg of the Rolex Grand Slam at Burghley on Carousel Quest. And this is a horse that has improved so much in the dressage. Pressure doesn't mean anything to this man, and he certainly rode the pressure here to perform one of the tests of his life.
Well, he performed an even better test a month before on this horse at the HSBC World Cup Finals in Stregon, Poland, and afterwards he wasn't absolutely happy with the performance, but he's such a perfectionist. But that would put him into a joint lead with Tina Cook for Great Britain. My word, what a turn-up. The Germans were hot favourites to be in front after the dressage, but indeed Great Britain led from Germany with France in third in the team, and in the individual, Christina Cook and Oliver Townend, joint leaders from the reigning champion, and we spoke to Oliver afterwards.
It's a surprise, I think, but Flint's a good horse and so's Minus Frolic, and so far we've been lucky, or it's come into our hands a little bit. At the same time, I think we're a hell of a long way off being able to win a gold medal. You know, there's a lot to do tomorrow. The cross country is very, very tough, twisty and technical, and lots of places that we could all make a stupid mistake.
Yes, so to cross country day on the Saturday. The sun continued to shine from a clear blue sky. The French flocked in their thousands to support their team. And Mike, this was a course that Pierre Michelet had built mostly in the woods.
Fontainebleau unique because it's very heavily wooded and the tracks are quite deep sand, although they've been worked on. The first three fences, big galloping fences in the woods, and then into an open space where the first problem comes at a corner at 7. The first of 3 waters followed quickly after that, 8 and 9, with the crossing of the lane at 10 and 11 thought to be one of the difficult combinations on the course. Back into the wood, the next water coming at 14, but very undulating, quite twisty, and all in these heavily wooded tracks. Turning the corner at the middle part of the course at 16 and 17, back across several combinations with, again, you can see long galloping stretches in the trees to come back to fence 22, one of the feature fences where, again, accuracy was very important. From there to 23 and 24, the last water where there was huge crowds, and then finally into the arena for the last 4 jumping efforts, making the optimum time 10 minutes 27 seconds to score no time penalties across country.
Well, the first we see on the cross-country, the first to go for the German team. This is Michael Jung and La Biastatique Sam. What a combination to take us round this course. Winners of the 4-star Le Moulin back in June, then winners of the HSBC FEI World Cup final in Stregon in Poland last month. And this horse, Mike, has really shown just fantastic qualities across the country.
And he's shown those qualities at this very site as he comes to the first difficult question. A very open corner, which is quite big and wide, a 90-degree corner, and just look at the pace he set. That was a significant thing. It was thought quite a surprise that Germany should send this man first, but without doubt it was to try and set the Germans up as hot favourites as he makes his way round to the first water. Again, an accuracy test. A step out with a log on top, and then a corner which tended to run away from him, made the distance quite short, back into the water. And he keeps up the pressure and the pace all the way through there in impressive style. Well, now to the road crossing at 10 and 11, and here they turn off a track, easy to have a rundown, drop over the first hedge, and then one decent stride to the next, and that was perfection. And now back into the woods, and you begin to see the undulation and the twists and turns in the trees, but they make very light of them. That was almost a let-up fence, but it was a big, impressive fence. The light and dark, very evident here in the pictures, but causing Michael Jung no problems at all as he comes to the second water. 2 big narrow fences, one in and one out. They're quite big fences. But he makes shorter cause troubles as the day goes on. They really are accuracy tests, aren't they? And as you say, quite big. And now here we have a real example of the ups and downs. Yes, the undulation which could easily break the rhythm, but certainly not this combination. Up the step, that again jumped well. That step could easily catch a horse flat-footed, and a combination on a curve here, and he takes a stride out and doesn't slacken the pace at all. Optimum time, remember, 10 minutes 27, and he is going for it. General view is that the time will be difficult to get, but he is certainly on target. Now over halfway round the course.
He sets up a relentless pace, doesn't he, Mike?
2 log piles, again on a turn, again he takes a stride out, 7:30 roughly, and that's on target.
Oh, well on target. Look at this. He's 20 seconds up, nearly 20 seconds up on the clock. This is amazing.
And that's a difficult line, and he makes it easy up. He's 15 seconds up, in fact. And now less than half a mile from home.
You would have thought that this pacey will begin to tell now, but this horse has still got his ears pricked. He's flying.
Yes, a horse by Stan the Man, same horse as Leslie Law's horse that won the Olympic individual gold in Athens. As he now comes to the water, huge crowd building up. They flocked to Fontainebleau this afternoon. It's hot, but time now just 11:15, so it's not that hot yet. And look at the speed and accuracy turns, another accuracy test. But he knows if he's going to get the optimum time, he cannot slacken off the pace. Into the arena for those last 4 efforts.
Well, this has been an exhibition. Absolutely brilliant across the country. Surely now it's just a matter of getting home. This has been a fantastic start for the German team.
And what has been so impressive, that he has kept up such a good rhythm and pace despite the very difficult course to try and create that. He's got 1 fence left to go. Not the nicest of turns to the last, but that's all he's got now. 10:27 is the time we're looking for, and I think he's going to be well inside. This combination were tipped to give Nicolas Touzin a run for his individual title, and it looks as if it could be just that way. Brilliant performance from Michael Jung for Germany.
Well, considering this horse is still just a 9-year-old, I don't think we've ever seen, or rarely seen, such a performance across the country. Brilliant stuff from the German. Stay with us for more cross-country action after this break.